I need work experience to get the job, but I need the job to get work experience. We've all heard the complaint or some variation of it, and it's not without good reason. These days, it seems that almost every entry-level job requires experience to even get a chance at an interview. Hi, this is Kenneth and welcome to my monologue. Internships, externships, career skills modules, these are all the things now being touted by our government institutions as key features that help graduates secure employment. In fact, I've been seeing an increasing number of prospective students and their parents asking if there are internship opportunities and if they are compulsory and guaranteed. As someone who has been in the education sector for quite a number of years now, I'm happy to see that this has been included in the decision-making process when selecting a university. And here are my 3 pieces of advice for those looking to go into an internship. Quick disclaimer here, although my educational background is in HR and education, I have mainly been working on the student recruitment side of things, so I'll leave it to you to make your own decision on what to do with this information. So my first piece of advice is don't expect to be spoon-fed. Many of these prospective students and their parents' understanding of internships are what they were exposed to in the polytechnics. They view them as compulsory modules where students are pretty much guaranteed a placement in the company. Based on a quick survey using a convenient sample of my network that is totally unscientific, it's not uncommon for those in my age range, born in the late 80s, to have been placed in a company for an internship without having been interviewed or even meeting anyone from the company. Some of the people I asked even said that they had no contact with the company until they turned up for their first day of the internship. NANI? These prospective students and their parents are quite taken aback when I mentioned that at James Cook University, our industry contacts are our partners. They will interview all candidates and ultimately have a final say in whether the student gets the internship. I have had cases where these prospective students and their parents were not too pleased upon finding out that the companies had a say. But expecting to be spoon-fed internships is no way to prepare a student for the real world. Nothing is guaranteed. Sure, the reputation of a university counts, but with an attitude like that, hiring managers would likely envision an employee that only does the job when all the stars are aligned perfectly and there's no chance of failure. Something that rarely happens in the real world. If these students eventually graduate and cannot find a job, could it be because they lack the initiative or say the student who studied in a school that did not offer internships but had the gumption to knock on doors and found an internship position on their own during the school holiday period? My next piece of advice is not to aim for the bare minimum. At JCU, the internship requirement is only 10 weeks. However, some companies expect a 6-month commitment. To make things easier on students, the university arranges for the internship component to be the final module in the final semester. That way, the company can easily convert the student into a full-time staff and the intern can continue on at the company as a full-timer almost immediately, assuming the intern was doing a great job. If a company has a 3 or 6-month minimum internship term, telling them you are only willing to do the 10 weeks to meet your module requirements is not a great way to start a conversation. It signals to them that you are only willing to do the bare minimum at work and nothing more. Hiring managers are conjuring images of a potential employee whose greatest achievement will be clocking in and clocking out on time, and who will do nothing unless they are specifically told to do so. You think that these are the kind of workers that get replaced by automation as soon as it is feasible for the company to do so. And you will be right. My third piece of advice would be that time ticks away at the same rate for everyone. Ignoring Einstein's theory of relativity, every one of us moves through time at the same rate. Just passing the time to clear the internship and listing it in your CV is pointless. As I often advise applicants applying to our very competitive Master of Psychology clinical program at JCU, clocking work experience is easy. It's merely a consequence of a passage of time. What really matters is the quality of the experience. What have you achieved or learned? The same logic applies to internships. They are a good low commitment way to learn about your desired industry and test out the career path. It's also the time to grow your network professionally. However, if you simply show up physically to clock in the hours to pad your resume, you'll be wasting a huge opportunity. So my 3 pieces of advice are: don't expect to be spoon-fed, don't aim for the bare minimum, and don't just sit around to pass the time. Hey, thanks for watching till the end of the video. If you found value in this content, please help me out by liking the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications as well.